Uh, um, I mean, I'm not really digging. I'm not really digging the design. I mean, you guys can't really see that. I'm not. I'm not really digging the design. Um, uh, I mean, I went back to watch it one more time. I mean, at least the margin can speak. At least the margin can speak. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? I'm back. This is part two from yesterday. And I'm kind of glad I did. I forgot that Dragon Ball Daima was coming out today, episode 9. I watched it and I just got done watching it again. Thieves is the episode name. Now, normally I will be going in and calling it Dragon Ball Diapers. And let's face it, it still has its flaws. And if I sound winded, I literally just got done doing like 50 push-ups. It's my deload month, but I die more than that towards the end of the stream. So I've been doing like some calisthenic stuff. But anyway, let's just dive into Dragon Ball Diamond because there's other things I want to talk about in the stream. So the episode starts off right with fucking Goku and the crew needing a place to rest. Okay. And Pansy, who I'm gonna come back to in a second, disguised Goku, hit the Dragon Ball. They decide to stop at this hotel. And on the way inside, Goku decided to take his head cover off. And then it was two guys there that recognized who he was and knew that he had beat the third Tamagami, whatever the fuck, the guys that guard the Dragon Balls. Okay. So, long story short, the guys set up a robbery and they pretty much got the Dragon Ball. Pansy was so smart and she predicted that something like this may happen. She put a tracking device in the fucking bag that the Dragon Ball was in. So Goku and them knew exactly where to go. They tracked down the thieves. The thieves try to outrun Goku. A fight ensues. Goku takes the Dragon Ball back. Gloria comes, does his little thing, and they go back to the hotel. And then Goku claims he'll stay up all night long. Everybody else asleep. Goku falls asleep, and they end up leaving. In the same at the same time, Vegeta and them is also there, but not at that hotel. They was at a bar or a club, kind of similar to what Goku and them encountered on the first two episodes, a little bit differently. A fight breaks out. Now Vegeta just mops the floor with like 4 or 5 guys, and kind of like Goku and the crew, their spaceship was stolen. Well, Goku and them goes to meet Vegeta and them and tells them, hey, we can't take you along right now. We're going to get the second Dragon Ball. You guys can go beat that Goma guy if you want. And Vegeta got pissed off. The guys that robbed, well, that stole the spaceship shows back up with more people. And Vegeta and Piccolo have a fucking field day. Okay, they have a fucking field day. And then Goma finds out through Supreme Kai's brother that Goku done beat the third Tamagami. And they're en route to the second Dragon Ball. So they're getting ready to intercept Goku at the second Dragon Ball. And then we go back to Supreme Kai's sister, who now we just seen as we just got a new margin. Now we seen renderings. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something. We seen renderings. Okay, I'm gonna take myself out of the face. Okay, so this is the margin that we just seen here. Okay, it seems like we're gonna get 1, 2, 3 more. And I'm curious to see if this is going to be the one that's going to intersect Goku at the second Tamagami, whatever. This was going to the first, and I have no idea what these two are going to be in. I have a feeling this is going to probably be the final boss. It's a margin fusion. Who knows, right? But anyway, this right here is the original design, right? This is how the design's looking. This is how it looked in the episode. So now you're all caught up on that. Let me remove this from the fucking page. I'm going to be honest with you. The episode, hey, what's up, D Money? Appreciate you, man. The episode wasn't bad. It wasn't. This is probably the best one so far. And I don't. And my son is still here, guys. He's out again today, so he's outside my office running around playing. So if you hear somebody in the background, it's my son. It wasn't bad. I mean, I can't really find anything bad to say about it. I guess it was stale. You know, like it was good, but it wasn't good, but it was okay. Pansy is a lot different than the Pan that we became accustomed. This don't get it twisted. This is still GT 2.0. Okay. However, I'm glad that Pansy isn't as annoying as Pan was. At least Pansy is of some use. She is King Conan's fucking daughter. She's skilled with electronics. And it's like she has the wits about her. Maybe because she's an 80-year-old fucking demon child. I don't fucking know. But she tends to hold her own weight, so to speak. She's not getting in the way, kind of like how Pan did in GT. I'm still trying to adjust that they're kids. I mean, the fighting is okay. I'm not going to even trip. The fighting in this episode, mainly is Vegeta fighting, but the fighting in the episode was okay. I'm still not sold on it, and I'm not even hype about the margin. Listen, I hate that we're getting margins in this. However, these margins not going to have the same lineage. I'm praying to God that we get the super margin. Like I say again, you guys know I called there was gonna be some margin shit coming down sooner or later. I was hoping not in this shit. Not in this shit. Before the renderings came out, matter of fact, let me go to my fucking channel. Let me go to my channel. Let me do this here. Because see, small YouTubers like us, we don't get credit. Let me go to my channel. Let me do this here. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. Let me go to my videos. And let me go down, go back about. This is like last year, like last December. I gotta go way the fuck back, like way back. Let me do this. Okay, X-Men 97, 7 months ago. Okay, let me come down some more. This is 7 months ago. It's after WrestleMania. You guys can't see. I ain't got to add to the screen yet. Let me go back. Let me go back. I gotta go way back when I talked about it. And I remember, I think it was last December, right after Daima was revealed to the world. I remember saying this 10 months ago. Okay, Mark Bell is back on his channel. Yeah, Mark Bell has channel taken away. Let me see. Samira crying, father son. Okay, this is Daima stuff. 10 more years. Keep talking about gonna be 10 more years of fucking shit. I'm going to the members only videos. You guys can't see them. I'm going to release them and make them public in probably to start off next year. Boom, 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 boom. Where the fuck is it? Is this it? Wasn't this for Dragon Ball Super? 11 months ago. I think this one right here. Let me see. This is 11 months ago. Let me add it. Let me do this here. You guys can't see it. Because see, small channels like us, we don't get the and once again, this is Dragon Ball Super stuff I'm talking about, but 11 months ago, I'm just want to show you guys before any renderings came out. Now we're gonna go back. I want you guys to hear
you some good content to laugh at. I have to say, out of all of the arcs so far, since I already seen superhero last year, last summer.
Find this part. Let me see.
The fight with Goku and Vegeta.
Let me get it.
And then we're gonna jump into Daima. Now, I still believe that Dragon Ball Daima is something completely different than Super, and I still believe that that's going to take place after Super. I don't see why Daima will be the next continuation of something that doesn't have anything to do with Super. The particular chapter is directly tied into Super. It wouldn't be called Dragon Ball Super Chapter 100 if it's going to be some Daima shit. So that right there can be debunked just by looking at it from that point of view. And about Daima, I'm still on the fence about even giving it a chance. I know a lot of people is throwing in the fact that they're stripping powers and stuff away, so it's going to be like straight in your window. You have to know how to fight without relying on ki and stuff, and that is kind of intriguing. But I don't want to see them do it as kids. Why couldn't they strip the powers and keep them adults and do it?
Let me find this part.
It's going to train Oob.
Okay, here we go. Right here.
Particular margin. See, looking at how the last few arcs done went, I believe that we're gonna get some more Oob time. I believe the next arc is gonna be based on a particular margin that is Oob.
Now, I still believe that. However, we're getting it in Daima. I'm just saying, I called it like 11 months ago. Listen, say what you want. Say what you want. Negro Diamonds. I called it. Of course, we're getting it in Daima. I still hope we get it in Super. That was 11 months ago, before any renderings came out. Yeah, we're going to talk about WWE today, too. We're going to talk about all that today. I just want you guys to see it with your own eyes. See, I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not a big YouTuber, but I'm just saying you heard it out your own mouth. We're just getting it in Daima. I still believe we're going to get a margin. I just hope that, if they go that route, it'll be worth watching. We're just getting margins. Everybody get a margin. You get a margin. Margin here. Margin there. I'm like, and then they said that this Majin Kuu, has the essence of Majin Buu with a Cyberman. Wait a minute. And that's another thing. This is so I thought the Saiyans planted the Cyberman. I thought they created Cyberman. So is the Cyberman being sold on the black market? And then the Saiyans was getting the Cyberman, and then they was planting Cyberman, because the creator of the margins down there in Demon Realm is has 2 Cyberman beans. And yo, what's up, Dante? And she fused this fucking boo with Cyberman DNA. Well, so with all the Majin Boos, see, this is like, it's like they're retconning so much shit. I'm really trying to figure it out, because like I say, it seemed like the Kais is from Demon Realm, all right, and they are born on trees. Okay, hold on, guys. My son's not gonna give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, boy. My key is something else. But so it's like they're retconning everything. Now, do I think this margin is gonna be like Kid Buu in your window destructive? God, I hope not. I mean, at least this margin can talk. I mean, Fat Buu talks, but we can understand this margin. Okay, I'm not saying we can understand Fat Buu neither, but the Supreme Kais are related if they're born from the same tree. I'm still trying to figure out how, if all the Kais and Super are related, or is there a Demon Realm for each universe? I'm still trying to figure that shit out. The Namekians is from Demon Realm. The Kais is from Demon Realm. The Margins is from Demon Realm. And it's like everybody is fucking related. Now we see we got Cyberman seeds in Demon Realm. We got Dragon Balls in Demon Realm. And yes, they took the idea from the Shadow Dragons. I'm just putting it out there. They took the ideas from the Shadow Dragon. I'm just putting it out there. Because they ain't about the Shadow Dragons. Each one of them had a Dragon Ball. So they took the idea from the Shadow Dragons. I don't care what nobody say. Like they took ideas from GT and we got Daima. But not everybody's like related. This episode wasn't bad. I'm being fair. I'm a fair guy. If I don't like it, I'll tell you the episode sucked. If we're going to get 3 more margins based on renderings, based on what we've seen, if we're going to get 3 more margins, that'd be a total of 4. That means one's going to be the strongest if it's a margin fusion. And that means the other 3, I'm thinking one's going to be part of Universe 1, Demon World 1, Demon World 2. And then at least 2 of them is going to fuse, or the woman's going to create one and fuse them. Some's going to give. Some is going to give, but then we're going to get that margin. And I think if we get that margin, the Kais are going to fuse, because that margin ain't going to be controllable. And that margin might go on a rampage, and it's going to take the Kais fusion, because if they make Goku and Vegeta fuse, then we're going to be wondering, why didn't they use this fusion in Super and all this shit? Because we know this takes place before Super. So that means this is going to ultimately tie back into the end of Z into Super type shit. I'm just saying. Prepare for it. Prepare for it because they're already taking shit from Super. Universe 7. We didn't hear nothing about no universes. All right. Monaka was looking like a Cyberman. Let's look at Monaka. Hey man. Monaka. Hey, you ain't fucking lying. Hey man, I mean he had boobs and shit. But I mean, he does look like a goddamn Cyberman. You guys can't see. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm going to pull this up. I mean, he's not a green guy. He's not a green guy. He's a pink guy. But I'm not gonna lie, man. Let's see. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you put him green, you give him boobies. I mean, you make him green, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He can pass as a Cyberman. I'm just I'll just put it out there. He was considered at one point the strongest in the universe by Beerus, even though Beerus was fucking lying and shit. But anyway, I'm gonna rate this episode of Daima today. This even surprised the fuck out of me, and I'm guessing because I'm a Vegeta guy. I did like seeing Vegeta wax some ass a little bit. I mean, it was kind of cool to see something a little bit different, but I'm still not, like I say, don't take it the wrong way. This is not Z. This is not Dragon Ball. GT, in my opinion, is a little bit better. Super is a little bit better. This is like a tad bit better than Evolution because they're retelling everything that we know. This is basically like, here's how this shit stack up. From worst to the top in the Dragon Ball franchise. Evolution, Daima. Then GT, right? Then Super, okay? Then Dragon Ball, all right? And I understand you Dragon Ball fan. Well, you wouldn't get, yes, Dragon Ball is good. It's good. But then it's Z. Like, Z is on a fucking pedestal. We're not talking about the movies of Z. We're just talking about the main continuity because the movies, for the most part, come in between arcs, right? They can tie in, but they come in between arcs. The only movie that actually ties in to something that we know got made to a manga was Dragon Ball Super Broly. They put Broly to start the superhero, right? So they told that, well, not the superhero, the what you call it, arc, the wizard arc. I can't think of the name right now. Goddamn, somebody know what I'm talking about. Morrow. That's the only one that they rolled into, and then they end up taking Broly and putting him in Super. So because we see him as superhero, so he's the only one that they took the movie, and then they end up putting that character in the main continuity after the movie. He wasn't the manga; it was after the movie. The only snippet we seen was right after the Tournament of Power arc or the Universal arc, the Tournament of Power arc, when they started off the Morrow arc, that the Galactic Patrolman arc, whatever you fucking want to call it. So. Yeah, I mean, Super, okay. Super isn't a bad fucking Dragon Ball anime. Super, to me, can be a lot better if they would stop giving them all these fucking power-ups. That's it. Like, that is it. Like they're getting transformation. I guess they're trying to use the narrative that the Saiyans are evolving species. They're constantly evolving, right? So that's the only thing that I can think of. Then we were introduced to Divine Key, so you have to give the fans what they want, and I think that's, in my opinion, why Super, they keep evolving the fucking characters. They're giving them characters new transformation. You got Beast Gohan, you got fucking Ultra Instinct Goku, you got Ultra Ego Vegeta. You got Orange fucking Piccolo, right? Like you're getting all these fucking transformations. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened to the Super Saiyan 3 and just getting stronger type shit? But they could have just took Super Saiyan God and just kept that and just made him stronger with the form. But I know transformations is a thing, and I know transformations look good, but Super isn't bad. If you sit down and just really watch it. It's not bad. They just, with storytelling, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's better than GT. And I like GT. GT isn't horrible. I'm old school. GT is always will be the end of Z. And it's canon, in my opinion, versus how you feel about it or not, because the definition is just that, the continuity of the original story. GT was the continuity of the original story, whether Akira Toriyama had his hands in it or not, because the original author approved and signed off on the series. That alone, by definition, makes it canon. And we're not going to argue that. It's facts. A bunch of nerds deemed it not canon because it didn't have a manga and this other shit. GT took the risk, but Akira Toriyama said, "No, we're not going forward with GT. It's his shit. Dragon Ball is his shit." So he signed off on the shit. The only thing that really isn't canon is Dragon Ball Superhero, the fucking game. Dragon Ball Heroes. Dragon Ball Heroes. That is straight fanfare shit. That has nothing to do with the main storyline. They're talking about multiple storylines, multiple timelines. It has nothing to do with the main storyline in the main timeline. GT took place during the main timeline after Majin Buu, after the end of Z. It basically picked up right there and ran with it a few years down the line in the main storyline. That alone made GT canon based on the definition of canon. Not because Akira Toriyama's name wasn't in the credits. It doesn't have to be. He's the original creator. He signed off on the show. He gave ideas for the designs of Super Saiyan 4 and some other fucking shit in there. Daima is canon, whether we accept it or not. It didn't have a manga, but we know it's canon because it takes place immediately after Majin Buu. Immediately after Kid Buu, this shit takes place. So it falls in the main continuity of the story. We know Super is canon, believe it or not. Because actually Super, before Daima, picked up a couple of years after Majin Buu. It took place in the main storyline. Yeah, Daima's going to be canon because of where it takes place at. Daima come before Super and after Majin Buu. It plugs that window before Super. So Daima will be canon, whether it has a manga or not. So if Daima can be canon, how come GT can't be canon? GT is always going to be the original. The reason why we got Super is to redo GT, basically, and that's facts. Look at the designs of Super Saiyan God. Tell people, look at Super Saiyan God. He's red. Look at his eyes. They're similar to Super Saiyan 4's eyes. They don't have all the fur, but they made him red. They brought back 17, made him super strong. Ranger 17 will own Super 17 and GT. Hands down, will whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. Hands down. And then the Tuffles. Look at Galola now, right? Ganola. Those guys are like Tuffles. Wasn't Baby a Teflorian? What the fuck you call him? A Tuffle guy? A Teflorian? What the fuck you call him? He was a Tuffle, right? Planet Vegeta took over the Tuffle planet. Well, Ganola and them were Tuffles. They pretty much gave us Super to make us forget about GT. So in a sense, Super is retelling GT. That's why everybody say, well, we need to get to the end of Z. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. You can't forget about Brawly now. Brawly is in the continuity. When Z originally ended, Brawly wasn't in the continuity at all. Brawly was dead. Don't forget, he was dead. We don't even talk about Bio Brawly. Bio Brawly doesn't even count. Gohan, Goten, and Goku from beyond the grave eradicated Brawly and Brawly's second coming. Now Brawly was retconned and put into Super. So when it gets back around to the end of Z, it's not going to be the same. This is why you got to get the end of Z out your fucking heads. You can't just forget about Beerus and Whis and Zeno. It's not going to make sense. This shit, Beast Gohan alone, it doesn't make sense. So it's not going to be the same. All you guys want that nostalgia tournament? It's not going to be the same. Goku is too strong. Goku is too strong. And then let's say we get the tournament. Then what, they fly off? That's how Super's going to end? Just retell the whole ending, and now we got Broly waving bye-bye and Beerus and Whis waving bye-bye. That's a big fuck you to the original ending of probably the greatest anime of all time. That would be a straight up fuck you to the fans, just to give new fans what they want and more. It's not going to make sense. Not saying that it won't be a tournament, but if that happens, I don't see Super ending there, because now it ties back into GT. That's it. So we're gonna end Super, and then fucking GT starts, and there's no Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan no more. There's no Beerus no more. And so this is why, in my opinion, Super should have came after GT. That's my humble opinion, because you got too many timelines. I mean, too many canon shit that's tied to the same original timeline. It's just tied to it. And just because Super wasn't dubbed canon, it is canon. It takes place in the original story era timeline, regardless, just a few years later. So it is what it is. So when I'm anxious to see how they gonna tie Daima back into Super, because that's how it's gonna go. It's gonna tie back into Super, and then Super picks up with the Beerus shit, and then boom. I'm guessing to end Super, we get a glimpse of Beerus. I mean, to end Daima, we get a glimpse of Beerus and Whis, and them watching about the Super Saiyan God, like how the Battle of Gods first came on, about Beerus sleeping and dreaming about fucking this Super Saiyan God or whatever. I'm assuming that's how Daima's gonna bring it back full circle. That way it ties right in. Just like how they explain how right after Majin Buu, so it ties to Z, and then it's probably gonna come back around full circle, and then we're gonna get that Beerus ending, right? Of Beerus. And then that's it. So I think that's how it's gonna end. Let me run to the restroom real quick, and then we're gonna talk about some other topics. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, everyone. My son had an accident. He wasted like a big cup of juice. He was trying to clean it up, so I helped him clean it up and whatever. But so anyway, let's talk about something. That's another thing too. I forgot to tag it. You know, my son's autistic. Some of you guys see him on the stream yesterday, and I was gonna do a video about it because I seen something, and I got the heater on, so it's hot in here, guys. I got the heat because it's cold as fuck outside. When I picked him up the other day, and I tend to stay out of people's business, but when you see people crying and asking why their child is suffering with something like autism, and parents tend to blame themselves, I had to step in and say some uplifting words. And here's the thing. No parent wants their child to have some type of learning disability. No parent. All parents want their children to thrive, right? To flourish, to prosper. You know, no parent wish that, want their child to have anything that might limit them back, right? So the fuck that is. So with that being said, when your child is dealing with something like autism, the best thing you can do as a parent is to understand it, right? Most children that's autistic go on to do great things. They outgrow it. Sometimes it takes a lot longer. My son is nonverbal right now. He can say a few words, not a lot, but I'm seeing a steady growth. And the sooner you get them help so you can better understand what they're dealing with, you can better assist them in life, right? I don't treat my son any differently than I treat my daughter. My daughter's not autistic, right? My son gets the same privileges, you know, and if he do something real bad, he does get punished. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hey, what's up, Scholar? I'm not going to neglect my child because he has a learning disability. Like me and my son go out sometimes and he'll be in the store. You know, they get a little sway from side to side. Sometimes he get happy and want to jump shit. Sometimes I jump and sway with him. And I have people, they be looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm enjoying my son. I'm having time with my son. Right. And you'll find out real quick. Yo, what's up, number 3? You'll find out real quick that autistic kids are some very intelligent individuals. My son is highly intelligent. His mind is constantly going like this here. Constantly going. Right? All the time. It is constantly going. Because they get bored very, very, very quick. And then they find something that they like, they tend to stem on it because of certain stimulation, certain cues. My son loves watching the Netflix logo. For some reason, the Netflix logo come on and he rewinds it. So much so I have to hide the remote control sometimes. Because, you know, who the heck is Gaines? I don't know. Gaines, wait a minute. wait, okay, who the heck is Gaines? Wait a minute. I must be missing something. I don't know. So, but anyway, never neglect your child because they are suffering with a learning disability. As a parent, be their guide. Help them, show them. Oh, the background story between me and Vegan Games. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna do a video about autism and how we, as my wife and my daughter, and how we structure ourselves. I explain more about it in that video, but just love your children, right? Don't neglect them. You got some parents that can't deal with them. They always blame the other parent, you know, and just nurture them, guide them, give them the help that they need. Be the pillar that they need, and they'll flourish. Okay, so the background story between me, I appreciate number 3. The background story between me and Vegan Gains is as follows. I talked about Vegan Gains a few times on my channel, and it was this guy named Norco Sam's that was doing like some weird fetish cartoon like shit. You know how what they call it when they take your face and put it on the body to when you want to do porn. What that shit is called? Because I don't follow it, so I don't remember the lingo. But it's like when they take your face off your body and put on a porn star body and, you know, type bullshit. Vegan Gains, deep fake porn. Vegan Gains, for some reason, love deep fakes shit, right? And I seen the Norco Sans channel, and I'm like, this guy seems to some the same kooky weird shit. So I ended up doing a live stream about it. It was like at the beginning of last year around my anniversary time. And so Veganism Exposed has a channel. Veganism Exposed Official has a channel. And he uploaded a portion of Vegan Game live stream where he's mentioning me. Because I tagged Vegan Games in my video about Norco Sans. And so Vegan Games said this, and I quote, I have to hide his kids in the background because Vegan Games, for some reason, don't like kids. And that's what Vegan Games normally does. And he called me a fucking idiot and all this shit. And of course, I rebutted and I said what I said. And to this day, Vegan Games have yet to fucking threaten me or any fucking thing because I come to Toronto, don't give a flying fuck. So I don't have no beef with him. You can't talk about man's kids and then running high like a bitch. I don't do debates because debates is opinion-based stuff. Even when it's backed by facts, it's still your opinion. Nobody wins at debates. I can sit here and crush Vegan Games in a debate, but his artist thinking he won based on his opinions and artist think I won. So I don't do debates. Facts don't care about your feelings. If I can bring facts to the table, facts wins all the fucking time. Vegan Games is very opinionated. So that's why I never debate with him. Never. A lot of shit just idea. ideological shit and fucking opinion based. But that's the problem that I have with him. On a personal level, I don't give two fucks about him. But if I ever see him, it's on site. And if you don't know what on site mean, if I ever catch your ass slipping when exposed to something, it's on site because you talked about my fucking kids who are hideously gross and lovable at the same fucking time. They're beautiful fucking kids. Your ass was a kid once. Somebody had to wipe your smug ass. Keep fucking your pigs. So now you're caught up between me and Booty Boy Games. That's how I feel about Richard Booty Boy. I fall asleep on my live stream games. Now, and you know what, D Money, you are on it with your Raven fan. Hey, I know y'all mad that the Eagles got y'all. Let's talk about some NFL. Let's talk about some WWE stuff too, because there's one storyline that I'm very intrigued by in WWE, and we're gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna end the stream by Emily Reed though. But let's talk about the NFL bracket. Okay, the Lions clinched last night, and for those of you that don't know what's going on, let's do this here to my NFL fans here, and to my and I promise I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it around Christmas time. I got people like Skylar in my chat and a few other of you guys that love the DC/Marvel universe. We got to have a DC/Marvel talk again about some other shit. So the next live stream, I'm getting it to you guys. So for all you DC fans and fucking Marvel fans, come out. We're gonna have some fun with that too. That could be the next live stream. But let's talk about the NFL. Let me pull the bracket up. Because I'm always talking about other stuff, but we're gonna talk about some Marvel and some DC stuff too. It's been some interesting stuff that's been coming down. Hey, the Falcons and Ravens. Hey, don't start. So here we go. I'm on the NFL. I'm actually on the NFL fucking thing. Now, a lot of you guys, I'm going to explain it to you in a second. Let me do this here. For those of you that doesn't know football or understand football, let me break this down to you. Okay. Here is the NFL picture, okay? Right? All this shit pop up. All right. I don't really care. Yeah, got him. This is the AFC over here, and this is the NFC. Right now, the only team that clinched is the Lions, right? Next week, they beat Green Bay last night. They're 12-1. They got the best overall record in the NFL. Best overall record in the NFC. They're considered the number one seed. Number one seeds get the first week bye in the playoffs. Years ago, for some of you that's around my age, it used to be the number one and number two seeds that got the first round bye, and the 3, 4, 5, and 6 seeds play in the wild card. When they add the 7th seed, they got rid of the first 2 seeds getting the off week and just the first seeds getting the off week. So you're all caught up. The way seeding works is like this here. This is the lowest seed, okay? The lowest seed. The highest seeds are the 7s. So when the playoff picture starts, the 2nd seed will play the 7th seed. The 3rd seed will play the 6th seed. The 4th will play the 5th. And then the number 1 seed is off the first week. And then they will play the highest, because the higher the number, that's the higher the seed. Then the number 1 seed will play the highest winning seed out of the wild card round. So let's say the 2nd and the 7th seed play, and the 7th seed whacks the Bills, which will be the Broncos. The Broncos, by default, will play number 1 seed. That's how that works. The first 4 seeds are division leaders. You got North, South, East, and West division. So your division leaders get a guaranteed home game and wild card weekend. So the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th will host the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The 2nd hosts the 7th. The 3rd hosts the 6th. And the 4th hosts the 5th. Now you're all caught up. And then the brackets go from wild card division to the AFC/NFC championship. And then whoever wins the AFC and NFC championships go to the Super Bowl. Now, let's talk. Let's have a good conversation. Right now, and I think it'd be better if I do it like this. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to break this down even further because I love football. Okay, we're going to go AFC divisions. Okay, I'm going to break it down, and then I'm going to go NFC divisions. Okay, I'll break it down. Now I'm going to come over here. Let me click on the NFC because I want to show I want to do South. Let's see, NFC. Let's do NFC standings and AFC standings because when I do it that way, it lets me show you guys the games. So you guys can't see it. So now that you understand the playoff picture, I'll leave this up. Let me share this tab here first. Okay, and I've seen some more people much up. We'll talk about that later, Jamie. We'll talk about that later. Hey, that should have been in 2012, but they wanted the hardballs to have a Super Bowl, so the Niners fucked us in the AFC Championship game because it should have been a pass interference on Whitey Whites, I believe that's what it was. And we never got that flag. So we should have had that back in 2012. It was already being dubbed the Battle of the Birds. But I'm glad that Ray Lewis and the fucking Ravens with Flacco scorched Jim Harbaugh and the Niners. Anyway, let's talk AFC first. I'm sharing this tab here first. Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Texans, Chargers are your first five, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 seed. Then Chargers got the fifth. And boom, boom, boom. Chargers got the fifth. Who is the sixth? Ravens is the sixth. And then the Broncos are the seventh, if I remember. Yes. Yeah, that's how it is. Because the Chargers won, they're 8-5. The Broncos won, they're 8-5. And the Ravens are 8-5. But I think if I recall, the Ravens beat the Broncos. So the Ravens is the sixth. And yeah, and the Broncos is the seventh. So let's look at the Bills. Okay. Bills got an upcoming schedule. Bills play the Lions, and that's going to be a good game this Sunday coming up. Next Sunday coming up. Then they got the Patriots, the Jets, and the Patriots. So these are division games here. The Bills should beat the Lions. The Bills should beat the Patriots. Depending on if they clinch the playoff, they won the division. They're in the play. They're number 2 seed. After the Lions, after the Patriots, I think the Bills might rest their starters. Ain't nobody going to catch them in that division. So the Jets should win this game, and the Patriots should win this game. And so unless it come down to Pat Mahomes and them dropping some games, and the Bills could take the number 1 seed, if that was to occur, then they'll probably play starters out until the last week, depending on what happened with Kansas City. I'm going to talk about them in a second. But this should be a win for the Bills. This should be a win for the Bills. This should be a win for the Bills. They might rest their starters if they can clinch the number 1 seed, because they're still fighting for the number 1 seed. They're in the playoffs. They got their whole division on lock. So let's see. Bills right now, 10-2. So this will be 11-2, 12-2, 13-2. So second seed, they could get first. Let's look at Kansas City. They're 11-1. Kansas City, they got the rematch of a division game, the Chargers, on Sunday. And I feel like the Chargers is playing some good football. I think the Chiefs will finally fall again. I think they'll go to 11-2 if the Bills win next week. They'll jump up, right? And because they beat the Chiefs already, so they'll have the number 1 seed because of the tiebreaker. The Chiefs should beat the Browns. Chiefs are going to lose to the Texans. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't want to hear that. They're going to lose to the Texans. I'm sorry. Unless it's like 9 degrees up in Kansas. That's the only way. If it's fucking like 35, 40 degrees, Texans are used to playing in that type of air because I grew up in Texas. Normally around Houston, it gets about 35, sometimes 25 degrees. So they'll be fine. But if we get down to about 5 degrees or some shit, Kansas City can whoop their ass. If not, my money's on Houston. So 11-2, 12-2, 12-3. You guys want to hear this, but got to go with Mike Tillman on this one. 12-4, 12-5. Why is that important? Remember, I gave the Bills 4 wins. Okay? Depending on what happens. If they take the number 1 seed next week and win out, and Kansas City just drop 1-2 games, the Bills going to rest their starters on the last week. But it could just come down to the Chiefs dropping 1 game. They cannot tie with Buffalo on none of the circumstance. If they lose 1 more game and Buffalo win a game, they're essentially tied. Buffalo will be by default the number 1 seed. So My money's on Buffalo to get the number 1 seed, is what I'm trying to say. I think the Chiefs going to fall to number 2. Okay. Let's look at the 3 seed, which is the Steelers right now at the 3rd seed. Okay. I'm reading the chat too. Even the flash star. Y'all should have beat the Eagles, man. Steelers are going to beat the Browns, so that's 10-3. Steelers, Eagles. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, shit. I got to go with the Steelers. Sorry, Nick Sirianni. Mike Tomlin. So 10-3, 11-3, Ravens, Steelers. Uh-oh, another division game right here. Ravens, Steelers. Steelers got y'all the first time because that was a John Harbaugh student decision. And Tucker keep missing field goals. So that'd be 10-3, 11-3. They playing in Baltimore. They're both outdoor arena teams, so the cold's not going to matter. It's all about who won it the most. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. It's hard to beat the Ravens twice. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. So 10-3, 11-3, 11-4. So that's a good 3rd seed hole. Chiefs, they're gonna beat. So they'll be 10, 11, 11-4, 12-4, 12-5, 3rd seed strong. Unless Kansas City lose out, which is not going to happen, they'll stay 3rd seed. If there's a chance they could get 2nd. It all depends on what Kansas City do. So this game right here could dictate if they stay 2nd or fall to 3rd. And if the Steelers stay 3rd and rise to 2nd, this is going to be a game on Christmas to watch. Because believe me, Kansas City is going to lose a couple of more games. I'm telling you guys. You guys think I'm bullshitting, but they barely been getting by. The Panthers had them. The Raiders have them. They've been playing some hard-ass teams now. So my money's on the Chiefs to fall from 1st. Bills take 1st. And either the Chiefs will stay 2nd or fall to 3rd, depending on the Steelers game. And then they should win this game. So Steelers should be like, say, 10, 11, 11, 12. They could go fucking, well, no. Let me see. 9-3, 10-3, 11-3, 11-4, 12-4. They could go 13-4, and that will put them in the 2nd seed spot. That could put them in the 2nd seed spot. So they're battling right now for 2nd. They won't get 1st seed. So Steelers are going to be 2nd or 3rd. Chiefs will be 2nd or 3rd. It'll be something like that. Texans. Okay, Texas 8-5. So they're locked for the 4th seed. They're not going to catch the Chiefs or nobody. The Dolphins, that's a trap game. That's a trap game. I'm sorry, Houston. Think y'all can go 8-6, 9-6, 9-7. Ravens gonna get y'all on Christmas. If y'all beat the Ravens, that's a statement. But right now, I'm gonna give y'all 9-7. Titans division game, I'm gonna give y'all 10-7, 4th seed. So y'all say 4th seed. What would Pat have to do to be the 2nd greatest QB of all time? Three-peat. Hey, 3-peat. He have 3-peat and they ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. He ain't gonna 3-peat. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Okay. So we got the first 4 seeds down. Chiefs and Steelers and Bills are jousting for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Let's go to the 5th seed, which is the Chargers. Okay. Thank you, Kirk Cousins. What a way to spend my birthday. All that hard work I did on the field. I'm back on the field, by the way, come the Giants game. But Jesus Christ. Hey, we got the burps. God, fuck. Okay. Chargers going to win this game. So they'll go 9-4. I need the Chargers to beat the Bucks. So by default, I'm going for the Chargers. So that's 10-4. That Broncos-Charger game, that division game, Bo Nix and them playing some pretty good football. Sean Payton's one hell of a goddamn coach. They're playing in L.A. on a Thursday night game. So 9, 10, 10. Think they're going to go 10-5 this week right here. They go 10-5. They should beat the Patriots 11-5 unless it's snowing up in Foxborough. That's the only way. 11-5 trap game. I would give it to the Raiders, just so a big fuck you. So they'll probably be 11-6 or sure fucking 5th or 6th seed for sure. Okay. Ravens. This is interesting. Y'all gonna dust the Giants. That right there will make y'all fucking 9-5. 10-5. I'm giving y'all the game against Steelers. 11-5 on there. Y'all could go 12-5, but here's the problem. Unless Mike Tomlin he need to drop 2 games if that happens. Y'all won't win the North. Y'all will be the 5th seed, and the Chargers fall to the 6th. There's an outside chance, though, y'all could steal that fucking 2nd or 3rd seed from the Steelers. I don't see it happening, especially if the Steelers beat y'all. That's why this game is important to you guys. So y'all need to beat the Steelers, and then y'all should pretty much win out. Y'all should win your last 4. Should. I mean, you isn't, but should. So this game right here is going to dictate if y'all are going to be a wild card traveling team or jump to the 2nd or 3rd spot, depending on where the Steelers fall at. So that's interesting, Ravens. That's some interesting shit. And then the last seed, where the fuck is it at? The Broncos. All right. Broncos is going to beat I don't know. Anthony Richardson playing pretty good football. But they playing in Mile High in the cold. Indy's a cold city too, but it's the Mile High. I'm going with the Broncos. Off a bye week, rail rested. I'm going with the Broncos. They'll go 9-5. Chargers, Broncos. They'll go 10-5. Bengals 11-5. Chiefs 12. The Broncos' most important game and the Chiefs' second most important game. If the Broncos lose this game, they won't. They won't be able to battle for that division, right? Because they could steal the fucking West from KC. I don't see KC losing, but just 1 or 2 games, maybe 3. Yeah, I got them losing 3 at least. Because they're 11-1 right now. That'd be 11-2, 11-3, 11-4, 12-4, 12-5. They beat the Broncos once. They got the tiebreaker. So you got to look at how good the Chiefs are in the conference. So the Chargers hand the Chiefs a loss, and the Broncos hand the Chiefs a loss. Could put the Broncos in to take either the 2nd or the 3rd seed, wherever the Chiefs fall. Now, who do I think is going to ultimately win the AFC? Before I go to the NFC, who do I think is going to win the AFC? I'm jousting between the Bills and the Steelers, believe it or not. I know you Ravens fans don't want to hear that. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain why in a second before I go to the NFC round. I'm going to explain why. The reason why I'm saying that is simple. Let me share this other tab in a second. You got to look at the coaches. John Harbaugh, for some reason, and D Money, you know I ain't lying. No, I ain't lying. You're gonna let me know right here. You know I ain't lying. John Harbaugh tend to do stupid shit in the playoffs. I'm just gonna call it the way I see it. He and this is why the Lions, the Mufasa Lions, they gonna die on Pride Rock the division round. Watch what I tell you. John Harbaugh and Dan Campbell tend to fucking call some of the stupidest shit in the playoffs. You got a field goal kicker who can't get his shit together. You got a quarterback that's a dual threat, but he's a lot better of a passer than a runner, even though he loves to run. He should pass the ball a little bit more. Leave the run to Derrick Henry. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in the playoffs. They're going to make it all about Lamar, the Heisman winner. He got to be the MVP. They're going to make it all about Lamar. Ain't no going to happen to Lamar Jackson. If he don't get hurt, go cost y'all the game. I see the Ravens getting bounced in the wild card round. I'm not joking. If they don't win the division, they're getting bounced in the wild card round. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this when the playoff picture is set at the end of the regular season. Depending on if the Ravens have to play, say the Ravens are the 6th seed and the Steelers the 3rd seed, and they got to go to Pittsburgh. We're going to talk about that in a second. If the Ravens got to go to Pittsburgh, lights out. Lights the fuck out. If the Ravens got to go, believe it or not, let's say they fall down they ride up to the 5th seed. And let's say the 4th seed is, who'll be a good 4th seed candidate from the South? No, they'll beat Houston. They are the 4th seed. Let's say they fall to the 7th seed and they got to go to fucking Buffalo or Kansas City. Most likely Kansas City. They might get past Mahomes now, but what awaits them in Buffalo, New York, is going to be a slaughter. And if by some miracle they knock out the number 1, number 2 seed by some miracle, and the Steelers still lingering in there, the Steelers are still, and they go to the AFC Championship round, Russell Wilson and the Steelers are going to carve their ass up. That's why it's very important for the Ravens to be a division leader and for John Harbaugh and them not doing anything stupid. So Bills and Steelers is who I see winning and going to a Super Bowl. One of those two teams. I can't dial it in right now, but one of those two teams. The Steelers is figuring it out, and like they got it going. They got a dual threat quarterback. They got 2 dual threat quarterbacks. And the Steelers are just, if they can get that run game solidified with Najee Harris, lights out. Sorry, lights out. The Buffalo Bills, they on a mission. They've been to like multiple Super Bowls and lost them all. Cowboys and Giants used to run wild through them. So, you know, my money's on Buffalo and Steelers. Let's talk about the NFC. And this one here breaks my heart. Let's talk about the NFC, then we'll get to some WWE talk. Let's talk about some NFC stuff. Let's do this here. All right, here we go. Here are your division leaders and then your wild cards. So let's click on this shit. Let's get started. Lions, the best team right now in the NFL, number 1 seed overall in the NFC. After beating the Packers last night, I'm not going to lie, Green Bay, they have some penalties called on them. They should have got some flags awarded to from what the Lions did, but that's beside the point. The Lions got them, whooped them twice in their division. Whooped them here, whooped them here. So no matter now, the Lions won that game. They beat the Bears. That's division rival. So they beat the Vikings. That's 4 division wins. And then they got these 2 teams. So right now they're undefeated in their division. They solely got the NFC North on lock. Okay. And they can lose these last 2 games. They done clinched their division. They done pretty much. Well, if they win against the Bills, they'll clinch the whole division. They're in the playoff, but they'll clinch the division. Especially if the Packers lose 1 more game, they'll clinch the division. Or if the Vikings lose 2 games, they'll clinch the division. More about the Vikings in a second. I see the Lions losing here. I see the Lions beating the Bears. I see the Lions beating the Niners. I see the Lions losing to the Vikings, believe it or not. And I'm going to tell you why that is in a second. Because I have a feeling before this game gets here, they'll lock up their division. They'll be the number 2 seed no matter what happens. And that game ain't going to matter. They'll rest their starters. The Vikings at that time will probably be just still fighting to keep that 5th seed in the playoffs if they continue on the same trajectory. So I see the Lions going be 12-2, 13-2, 14-2, 14-3, 15-2. I'll be surprised. 14-3. Lions, number 1 seed. You got to go play the Lions division weekend. That's going to happen. Eagles. This is an interesting one too, but I got some bad news for the fucking Eagles. I wouldn't count the Panthers out from disrupting some shit. I ain't going to count them out. Panthers, Bryce Young, them is figuring it the fuck out. So I smell an upset. I think the Eagles are going to go 10-3. They almost beat Kansas City. They almost beat fucking it was Kansas City the week before then. They almost beat the Bucks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I have a feeling that's going to be in Philly, that's going to be a fucking upset. 10-3. Because the Panthers going there saying, you know what, we might be going nowhere. We're going to fuck it up for y'all. We're going to make it hard for y'all to get that number 1 seed. They're going to hurt some dreams. So I smell an upset come Sunday. So they'll go 10-3. Still is going to whoop them. I'm not even worried about that. Sorry. Tush push ain't going to work. I'm going to go 10-4 here. The Commanders, they'll beat. I'm going to give them 11-4. Cowboys, sorry, Eagles. And I hate the Cowboys. But the Cowboys is figuring out some shit. Saquon Barkley should be the MVP hands down this year. But y'all ain't going to beat the Cowboys. Not the second time around. I'm sorry. And I hate the Cowboys. I hope y'all do. They're going to get y'all lost. They know they ain't going nowhere. So guess what? You ain't going to be number 1 seed. You might not be number 2 seed. I think the Cowboys will give to y'all. So that's 10-3, 11-3. No, 11-4. No, 10-3, 10-4, 11-4, 11-5, 12. No, 11-5. 12-5. Y'all should beat the Giants. Give y'all 12-5. They'll lock y'all in 2nd seed. Assuming what's going on in the NFC West. Assuming. Y'all should. But assuming. Y'all be number 1 seed though, but assuming. The Seabirds is going to get their feathers plucked. They'll help the Eagles. Packers going to beat the Seabirds. Packers going to be 10 and what they record. 10 and they're 9-3, 9-4. So they'll be like 10-4 here. Seahawks is going to probably beat the Burps. So Seahawks will go to 8-6 here. 9-6 here. Actually, yeah. 7-6. Trying to add up in my head. 7-6. Right? So that right there is 15. No, 7-6, 13. So they'll go 7-6, 7-5, 7-6, 8-6, 9-6. No, they got to go 10. Am I missing the game? Oh, yeah, the Cardinals. That's what I'm missing. Okay. They'll beat the Cardinals. That's what I'm saying. So this will be right here this will be 7-6. Chichi Birdie will do shit. 7-6. 7-7. 8-7. 9-7. 9-8. I see the Rams hurting them. 9-8 Seahawks. 3rd seed. Maybe. They may fall down to the 4th. We'll see. My team. I know you burps don't want to hear this. Y'all ass is going to be grass on Sunday. Falcons all day. And I ain't being biased. All day long. Because y'all going to underestimate the Falcons. It's going to be a steal. Falcons going to go 7-6. 7-7. 7-8. We need this game, Falcons. I think this game, because with the Bucks, I'm going to talk about the Bucks. This game going to make or break the Falcons. We need this game. And this is to Kirk Cousins, man, was the Redskins, old stumping ground altimeter. We're favored to go 4-2 or 3-3. We lost 1 already. Because if we go 3-3, we win the division. If we go 4-2, we damn sure win the division. This is a trap game, but I'm going with the Falcons. This game right here is, we got the division based on wins. We're 4-2 in the division. If we lose this game, we'll win this game. If we win this game, we might lose this game. So we 6-6, 7-6, 8-6, 9-6. Either will be 10-7 or 11-6. 9-8, we might miss the playoff with 9 and 8. Because all the Bucks got to do is win 10 games. So right now, Atlanta could get the 3rd seed, or we'll say the 4th seed, depending on if we can end at 4-2 or go 5-1. So right now, Atlanta's a lock for 4th, but fighting for 3rd. And that's going to depend on what the Rams do and what the Chi Birds, them Cardinals, do. So let's talk about that. Let's get down here to the Vikings. Right now, Vikings are the 5th seed. They'll lose. They'll go fucking 10-2, 11-2, 12-2. No, the Vikings. No. The Vikings already lost the game. The Vikings are 11. Yeah. They'll go 10-3. They'll be 10-3, 11-3, 12-3. 12-4. They're either go 12-5 or no, they'll go 12-5 or they'll go 12-6. Not 12-6 or 13. Goddamn, add up. 12-5. Yeah, okay. They'll go 12-5 or 11-6. My bad. No, you can't go back. Let me see. Oh, okay, 10-3. 10-3. Let me add this up. 11-3. 12-3. Okay, right here. Yeah. They'll lose this game. They'll be 12-3. So this will be 12-4. So they'll either go 12-5 here. Yeah, because that'll be fucking 17. Or they'll lose this game and in 11-6. Yeah. Because they can't go 12. They can't go 12. That's 18 games. So, and I'm thinking let me make sure. Let me look at their record. Yeah, 10-2, 10-3 with the Falcons. Yeah, that's about that. So yeah, I'm adding up. I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to do math right on my fucking head here. So yeah, so they should be the 5th seed. Packers are probably, they could jump and take the 5th, and the Vikings can fall to the 6th. And depending on what the Bucks do, the Cardinals and the Rams, they're all jousting right now for 7th, 3rd, and 4th seeds. Who do I think is going to the Super Bowl? And then we talk about wrestling, then and some other stuff. It won't be the Falcons. The Falcons will have to do something amazing. They will have to do something fucking amazing. Okay. The Lions is gonna lose the division round. I just feel it. They'll lose the division round. Okay. This is a tough one. But Green Bay, believe it or not, is like the sleeper team. Green Bay, and I'm not going to count the Commanders neither. Because the Commanders are the 7th seed right now. That's right, they're the 7th. They're the 7th because they're 8-5. Because you got 2 teams in the North that's in there. They're 8-5. So right now, the Bucks, Rams, Cardinals, Falcons, and Seahawks, just us 5, is battling for either 3rd or 4th seed spots, and hoping like hell the Commanders drop 2 or 3 games, and the Cardinals, Rams, Bucks, and us win 2 or 3. Either way, if Atlanta win the next 3 or 4, we got this division. We be the 4th seed. If the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams start buck fucking each other and they end this division like 9-6 or some shit like that, and we can be like 10-7, then we'll take the 3rd spot. But I'm Green Bay and the Commanders, to me, are the underdogs. I'm not saying the Commanders going to the Super Bowl. They're not a complete team yet. They still got time to show me something. Rams, forget about it. Cardinals could, but Geno Smith, maybe they have Pete Carroll, maybe. So I'm keeping the eye. I'm not even going to count out the burps. I'm not going to count them out yet neither. But right now, Green Bay and the Commanders looking good to me. And if that happens, Bills versus Green Bay, Steelers versus the Commanders again, or Steelers versus Green Bay, fucking Bills versus the Commanders. That's a juicy Super Bowl right there. That's a real juicy Super Bowl. I'm looking for that. Let's talk about WWE. Let's talk about WWE. There is one storyline that I'm very intrigued with, and that's the Heyman storyline, everyone. We got Punk and Reigns. And of course, right now, we got Seth fucking Rollins that want to be relevant, trying to be relevant because of what happened last year at Survivor Series. You know, when Punk came out there last year at the end of Survivor Series, that was awesome, by the way. It's fucking awesome. Or was it something? That was Survivor Series. That was Survivor Series. It wasn't Survivor Series. Listen, I still believe wrestling has more than one royal family. Yeah, he done kind of played out to me now. I'm sorry. I still believe it done came to pass now because I was saying it. Jamie, you're my witness. Jamie, you're my witness. I've been saying it since WrestleMania. The Rock is behind the new bloodline. What did we see at SummerSlam? The Rock came out there and did the fucking 1, 2, 3 and did some shit like this. The Rock is putting the strings on a new bloodline. All you got to do is go back to the WWF when Rikishi ran over Stone Cold. The Rock is related to Rikishi. Rikishi tried to blame The Rock because The Rock and Stone Cold was like in the same parallel universe when it came to being popular back in the Attitude Era. Of course, we know Stone Cold needed surgery on his neck, so it was kayfabe injury, but that's besides the point. Now, fast forward, you got Roman Reigns, Rock's cousin, the Usos, Rock's cousins, right? You got Rikishi's son. They all Rock's cousins. The Usos and whatever fucking I can't think of his name right now. Damn, the leader of the new bloodline. I can't think of his name right now. All them Fatu boys, right? It makes logical sense for The Rock to come out there and be the puppet master. It's an idea that makes sense. It's an idea that makes sense. Now, Punk versus Rollins, yeah. It should have been Punk versus Rollins. Punk and Reigns don't mix. Okay, hold on here. Roman versus Rock versus Cody. Steph versus Punk versus. You know what? We know this is Cena's fucking farewell tour. Punk and Roman will be the finals, the two finalists in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. It was only 32. Yeah. Solo. Yeah. Rikishi song. Yeah. Jacob Fatu. Yeah. Solo. Anyway, Punk and Roman Reigns need to headline the Royal Rumble because Punk is gonna get a title shot. Now, I don't see Punk going against Cody Rhodes at all. I see Punk going for the World Heavyweight Championship because they're building this to be Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes 3. Okay? I know you guys want to see it. I really don't want to neither. But if you're going to bring back the Tribal Chief and bring back the old bloodline, you have to beat the guy that beat you and caused the turmoil in the first fucking place. And then when that happens, The Rock come out. Because remember, The Rock did say he'll be back. He'll be back. Now, you could put Roman versus Rock versus Cody because of the fact The Rock is the reason why the new bloodline is there. The Rock want the belt from Cody. Roman want the belt from Cody. The Rock and Roman are blood cousins. Cody is in the mix because Dusty Rhodes was a mentor to both of them guys. But who's going to win it? If Cody beat The Rock and Roman, then that pretty much crushes Roman's push in the WWE. If Rock wins the belt, it could be money and power. If Roman wins the belt, it'll be all good. But how is Roman going to win it? I see Seth Rollins coming out and doing just what he did to help Cody win. Some Shield shit. Just so Rock can't get the belt and just so Cody can't keep the belt. I see that. And then you got the Cody and Seth Rollins beef. Why? Because Seth Rollins didn't get a title shot from Cody because Cody didn't give him a title shot, even as Seth Rollins lost his belt at WrestleMania, mind you, to Drew McIntyre, who ended up losing to Damian Priest in the cash-in. Sacrificed his body and got injured, and Cody Rhodes never gave him a title shot. That's why he'll screw him over. Makes logical sense to me. But before we get there at the Royal Rumble, I see Punk and Seth Rollins getting it on. And then I see Seth Rollins screwing CM Punk, which will allow Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble, to have a legitimate belt shot at fucking Cody. And then I see Seth and Punk having the #1 contenders fight for the World Championship title, which will probably be against Gunther, which I would love to see that, actually. With Punk beating Seth and then going to beat Gunther. Now you got both Heyman guys as champions. That's how WrestleMania should set up. Who is my favorite women's wrestler of all time or right now in this era? Because right now in this era, believe it or not, I really don't have one. But the one that I am intrigued with watching, I mean, Tiffany Stratton's all right. She's okay. I did like watching. She having the baby now. I did like watching Alexa Bliss. I did like watching Alexa Bliss. What was the other one that was the Marine? I can't think of her name, and I ain't seen her in so long. She was an actual Marine vet, but she had the right hook, knock motherfuckers out. I can't think of her name right now. She didn't really amount to shit. They screwed her over. Well, she wanted to be bigger than life, I guess. She reminded me of Wendy Richard, just on a stronger level. Bianca Belair is all right. Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans, to me, was like the modern day Miss Jackie from the WWF era. Like, take no bullshit, knock your ass out type shit. But if I had to put a spotlight on somebody, Alexa Bliss, whenever she comes back, I like watching Alexa Bliss. Her and Sasha Banks had some real good matches and stuff. I'm not a Charlotte Flair fan at all because they want her to be too much like Ric Flair. I'm not. The Nature Boy would never be replaced. Woo! I watched some TNA shit last night when old boy made fun of him, how Ric Flair talked. And he cut that promo. How dare you talk about the 4 Horsemen? This young punk. I say he do sound like Ric Flair. Let me tell you something, punk. It's styling and profiling. I make women cry. Ooh, I can't do Ric Flair save my motherfucking soul, man. I can't. I just can't. Now, I like what the New Day did though. But is that setting up a Big E return? I don't see it, but that could be a way to write off Big E for good, so everybody can stop thinking he's coming the fuck back. Just said. Just said. Just said. Yeah, well, when Bray Wyatt took her in to be like his sidekick, she really fell off. But before then, and no offense to Bray Wyatt, I think he had a very creative mind, but Alexa Bliss was the shit. Well, Sasha Banks, see, Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks wanted, and I quote, just like Cody Rhodes said in AEW, he wanted CM Punk money, right? Sasha Banks wanted, and I quote, Roman Reigns money, unquote. Her and Naomi. Now, of course, we know Vince McMahon was touching skirts. I mean, the guy likes shitting on women. The guy literally defecated on a woman's head. How the fuck do you do that? Oh, I'm almost done wrapping. I got to talk about a couple more things, guys. Let me see. I got some stuff wrote down. I know I got to talk about Emily Reed and one more I got to talk about. Give me a second. I'm going to look because I got a lot to talk about. I got like a little time left. Let me see something. Check this out. Let me look at something. Who the fuck texting me? Oh, Georgia Power. No shit. I know my bill's coming up. Ass wipes. Let me look. Description. Who I got? Okay. Fuad Abiyad, Fitness, and Emily Reed. Okay. I'm gonna be real quick about Fuad Abiyad. Dave Palumbo did a video about Fuad Abiyad. Fuad Abiyad had a friend named Misha. They're not friends anymore, but Fuad Abiyad told Misha, AEW was good. TNA was good back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. AJ Styles TNA was good back in the day. But Fuad Abiyad told his ex-friend to come over to the fucking house. A fight broke out. I watched Dave Palumbo's video. I'm going to be brief with this, real brief. And I left a comment on Dave Palumbo's video. And a lot of people say Fuad Abiyad should have shot the guy. I'm gonna enlighten you guys on something. Listen to what I'm about to say. I'm sorry I'm sweating. It's hot in the house. I got a light above my head and the heater's on, so I apologize. It's like 75 here because it's cold as fuck outside. Let me give you a piece of advice. It's the same reason why Boogie 2988 got in trouble for discharging a weapon in the air. I had to tell somebody to come to his house. Okay. And that was just the neglectful discharge in the air. Because Boogie got to come down somewhere, right? Fuad Abiyad telling somebody to come over to his fucking house to fuck around and find out, and they go over there. If Fuad would have had a gun and shot that fucking dude, let alone took that bat and wailed on his ass and killed that guy, Fuad would have went to jail because he told the guy to come over. He already premeditated he was going to cause that guy great bodily harm. If Fuad would have told that guy not to come over there and that guy showed the fuck up, then Fuad was in the right to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do to protect his family. You cannot, under any circumstance, tell a motherfucker to come over, fuck around and find out, because that's an open invite, and then the guy come over, an unarmed guy, and you blast that motherfucker, or you beat him with a fucking baseball bat. Your ass is going to jail because you told him to come over. I don't care if it's in a stand your ground state like Georgia or Florida. I'm from Texas. I cannot, unless I got a fence around my property, tell you to come over. And I let you own my property. And then kill you on my property without consequences. Now, if I tell you to come over, but then on video I say, hey, man, we can talk. Don't come in my yard. I don't know you. I told you to come over because I want to talk. Don't come in my yard. This is your only warning because you trespassing. If you come in my yard, I'm gonna take it as a threat for my life, and then I'm going to act accordingly on how I feel because that fence is my property. There are certain things you can and cannot do. Here in Georgia, I can't just blow your fucking brains out because I say I fear for my life, and you came to my house after I told you came to come to my house. So I'm glad Fuad didn't do what all you dumb asses told him he should have done. Because Fuad ass will be in the penitentiary or on his way there for premeditated fucking murder. You dumb sons of bitches. And I like Dave Palumbo, but Dave, and I left the comment, that was ill fucking advice. That was very fucking stupid. You cannot, under no circumstance, tell a person to come to your house and then they show up and then you kill them. That means you premeditated you want to kill them. So that's my fucking opinion about the Misha and Fuad Abiyad shit. Fuad should have ignored the motherfucker at all costs. I wouldn't have gave the motherfucker my attention. But Fuad wanted to make an example out of him. Luckily, it didn't get to the point where Fuad actually killed him. Because if he was caught on camera or whatever, and all the shit, tell him to come to the fucking house. Just saying. Fitness related content and Emily Regan, guys. Now I'm done. I have been doing calisthenics. I'm on my deload month right now, but I'm gonna start back filming come January the 1st when I get to the gym. I plan on restarting a fitness channel, but it's going to be something totally different. I'm not going to do the Jeff Nipper type stuff. I'm not going to talk about science. It's going to be straight lifting and just giving my advice on how I train and pretty much kind of showing how I program my training to indirectly train you guys. So you guys want to get them gains and get in shape, you're getting all the information that you need. If you want to do the science-based stuff, Jeff Nipper is who I recommend. You want to learn about how to live properly, Jeff Nipper, but you got Jeff Cavalier. You got other guys like Scott Herman out there and Beast Mode Jones. But I'm not in the need for money. I still do sell programs on the side and stuff like that. But with 2025 coming in, fitness is one of those things that really need to be put to the forefront. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to train, upload my content. I'm not even going to talk in a lot of the videos, just straight training, clanging and banging, and just give them some die-hard fitness advice. For the naturals. I'm a natural. So for the naturals. So I get a little bit of this and to look good, be healthy, be fit. And of course, you got the ones that I named as great in this. And if you're obese, struggling with weight loss, my boy Alan Robinson hook you up. So, but that's my plans for fitness content going forward. It'll be very minimal fitness content on this channel. I plan on bringing back a dedicated die-hard fitness channel. So if you enjoy this channel, then the content will stay the same. I got a lot of members videos that I'm going to be re-releasing and not locking back up for members. Jamie right now is actually my only member. But I'm going to start making more members content. And then after a few weeks, re-release it to the general public again. YouTube is slowly peeling back some of the restrictive guidelines on certain stuff. So I can talk the way I want to talk without worrying about being censored. It's stuff is slowly starting to get dialed back. I think a lot of guys do because Trump getting elected and freedom of speech is one of those big fucking things because Trump is a cuckoo head, but he says what the fuck he want to say on national TV. If he can do it on national TV, then why the fuck we keep doing social media platforms? Just saying, just putting it out there. Lastly, Amberlyn Reed. And prayers to Sunshine. Sunshine's going through surgery. I'm pretty sure when she gets out of surgery and she gets better, she's going to let everyone know on her channel how it went and everything. So I'm not going to diverge her personal business, but she's having surgery today. So prayers to her and much love, sending a lot of love to her on her recovery. And I look forward to her getting back on the grind when she heals up with her content because her channel actually, them girls been going there and roasting a lot of motherfuckers. I tune in from time to time to watch. So y'all send love and prayers to Sunshine, one of my mods and everything. Been a loyal member of the channel for a while, one of the OGs on the channel. Lastly, let's talk about Emily Reed real quick. And I wasn't even gonna bother Emily Reed. But Emily Reed just dropped the fucking goddamn. I'm starting to glitch. Okay, here we go. I'm starting to glitch. I'm starting to glitch. It is windy outside, guys. That's my apologies. I'm looking on the monitor. I'm starting to glitch. Yeah. Let me do this here. Let me slow down some shit. So reason I'm starting to glitch. There we go. Google's fucking up. Streamlabs, fix your shit. When you have a problem losing weight, and then you want to blame the whole world for your downfall, that's a problem there. Emily Reed just had a meltdown. Now, I'm gonna save this for a video. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna watch this video. I'm gonna watch this video. And I'm gonna watch this video. Now, she might actually fucking take this one down. I'm gonna say it like this here, Emily Reed. I'm gonna say it like this here. Let me get you off my screen. I'm gonna say it like this here. I just want you to know I'm making some content on you. Okay? I gotta get ready to go in a couple minutes, so I don't have time to watch a video, but I will watch it when I get back. Don't be surprised if you see the video today when I get back. Okay? I might actually do a play-by-play on Streamlabs, to be StreamYard, and then upload it. Guys, when you are addicted to social media and you can't break away, when this is all that matters to people, being on tablets, being on phones, being in front of cameras, not getting out, not living life, right? It becomes addictive. And that shit can be fatal. Okay? Sometimes you have to get the fuck off of social media and really evaluate your fucking self. Look at yourself and really, truly evaluate your fucking self. Where are you trying to go in life? What are you trying to do in life? At one point, Emily Reed was getting like 300, 400, 500, 600,000 video views a video. But then she started lying too much. And it's this phase where I'm going to start a weight loss journey. I'm having problems losing weight. I'm having relationship issues. I met this girl again. Me and this girl broke up. I'm having a meltdown. And I gained weight. It's a cycle. She's been doing it for fucking years. It just gets you to keep watching her content. It's a fucking cycle. Okay? Emily Reed doesn't care about weight loss. She doesn't give a fuck. Go watch Mr. Snowflake's channel. You can see it all for yourself. Emily Reed wants people to feel bad for her. Emily Reed need to get her ass up and lose some fucking weight. Legitimately. She looked like she's bigger than what she was 4 or 5 years ago. Matter of fact, just this time last year. If everyone in the comments said talking about Gary be strong, she needs to lose fucking weight. Legitimately. Ain't no woman gonna want to be with a fat slob like that if they can't even lift her fucking stomach up to do whatever sexual this shit they're trying to do. It's like two fucking goddamn big fat sumo wrestlers in a sauna trying to get it on. Just put that in your fucking head. So anyone that's trying to be with her is just using her for her fucking money. And then when they get what they want, they cut ties with her. It's just like Fruity Beauty. That dude ain't serious about Fruity Beauty. That dude got 4 or 5 wives in Kuwait, probably fucking around, getting Fruity Beauty's money and spending on them girls over there. And I'm just being real. Facts. So I plan on talking about Emily Reed in my next video, which will be uploaded, if not today, over the weekend, for sure by Monday. But anyway, I'm in the live stream with this. Falcon Sunday's a big day. I'll be rooting for you at the house. I'm not flying to Minnesota to watch us get an ass kicked. I have my flags a-blazing and a waving in this bitch. Kirk, go! Kirk, go! It's time to put some goddamn chains back on. grab your balls. Zach Robinson, if the run game is working, don't change it, Zach. Don't listen. Say it with me, y'all. If the run game is running, don't change the run game. Period. Okay? And above all else, let's beat the Verts because the Bucks is going to get their ass tore up on Sunday. They got about 3 teams that should give them that work. We must win at least 4 of the next 5, Atlanta. We can only afford to drop just 1 more game. It's crunch time now. Get your shit together. No live stream next week. I'll be streaming the week after that. So just be on the lookout for that. I will be still covering topics, videos about Daima and other anime. I know Jamie wants to do the Bleach stuff, the 1,000 Year Blood War arc. I'm just waiting for this season to end, and then I'm going to digress the whole season. I know it's going to happen in the 1,000 Year Blood War arc because I read the manga years ago. So, but I'm going to talk about the anime, how I think the anime looks, how good it looks, how close it is to the anime. I mean, the manga itself, and stuff that they might have added that I ain't reading the manga. And I read the manga back in 2013, my bad. So I know how everything ends. So I plan on doing that. The next live stream will be some DC and Marvel talks and conversations. So if you're down with that DC Marvel shit, let's talk about it. Let's have fun about it. Let's compare characters and see who can be who. We did this years ago, and I'm bringing it back right, you know, just in time for Christmas. Just give my loyal DC and Marvel watchers some content to talk about. And until next live stream, man, you guys stay safe. Being Boy Savar Matner, I'm out, everyone. Peace.